get a buff, and you get a buff, and you get a buff. Everybody gets a buff. Hey all, it's Nim, or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the video. Now, normally I don't have good things to say. Why? Because games are full of microtransactions. Games are full of exploitative behaviors. Games are full of companies injecting grinds in order to have you to pay to bypass them or suffer through it, as we so often do. However, today, I have good news about World of Warcraft. I know! 1 month! Alright, let's get to it. Blizzard is not often known for player-friendly behavior, whether it be through excessive RNG, excessive systems, hard mechanics, things, bugs, fixes, everything that's a problem, extended maintenance times. They're not known for being super player-friendly. But in this case, they did something wonderful. So let's do the brief overview. Here we are. So gain the Winds of Wisdom 100% experience buff through April 20th. Published on March 20th, 2020. So if you're staying inside and find yourself returning to Azeroth, or if you're leveling another character or two, you'll be getting a special bonus to help you on your way. Beginning today through April 20th, 2020, all players in Battle for Azeroth will gain an experience buff called Winds of Wisdom, which will increase experience gains by 100%. This includes Starter Edition and Legion players as well. Players will also be able to take advantage of this experience boost while using their favorite heirlooms. It won't be long before you're facing the Old God N'Zoth and his minions in Ny'alotha, the Waking City. And we can join the discussion on the forums. There's pre-purchase there. But let's actually go into this, right? So that was a real quick, thing. So basically, what Blizzard is saying is because there's going to be a lot of people who return to WoW because, hey, I don't have anything else to do. I'm stuck at home because of the coronavirus or fears of the coronavirus. Instead of them being like, ooh, let's discount a token, which I'm going to be honest, I thought they would do. They were like, no. Let's play the good guy role. Let's be that stalwart defender of gaming and be like, you get a buff, and you get a buff, and you get a buff. Everybody gets a buff. And that's important. I think that was a good thing. I think that was something that everyone should emulate. I think Final Fantasy XIV should have an experience buff because the idea, the more that you can keep people socially isolated or socially distanced or spatially distanced or whatever buzzword you want to call it, we want to flatten the curve. We don't want to keep people sick. We want to get everybody healthy again. Now, I know, obviously, Nim, are you saying you want perfect health? No, I'm not saying I want perfect health. I'm saying that I want to stop the current epidemic and pandemic. So the easiest way to do that is to keep people indoors and away from each other and do things. And if maybe having extra fast leveling on a character is what does it, great. Ultimately, that's great. And plus, you're gaining, they're gaining new subs, they're gaining new stuff, they get a bit of goodwill, and to be fair, for those who've been following Blizzard, after the Blitzchung incident, after taking the esports money, after BlizzCon, and needing an authorization app to get into, that basically was like, this is your phone, no, it's actually our phone, thank you. They needed some good publicity. So, you know what? Last week, it was account-wide essences, where we did a video on that, and that was really good. You'll be able to see that on screen now as in a card. And then after that, it was, oh, hey, we got this Winds of Wisdom thing. Now, I don't know if this was in the works. I'm going to assume it wasn't. But the one thing I do want to mention is that these games are treated as live services. So it's an ongoing game you continue to pay for, and you continue to subscribe to, and you get expansions, and it carries on and on and on and on. MMOs were, one of the original live service games, and they've been around for a long time. For those who know, I've played Final Fantasy, WildStar, Eve, Anarchy Online, just a bunch. And obviously, World of Warcraft. And the thing that I want to mention about that is that they flipped the switch, did some number tuning, boom, fixed. Went live. Like that. What else could they fix? What else could they just adjust? Could we see maybe loot micro holidays? Like, oh, guys, there's going to be a higher chance of corruption forging this time, or a higher chance of socket forging, or a higher chance of what other new system they come up with during this little window. Let's call it a week. Let's give it a week. That way, you got 168 hours to do some content. Okay, you get a week. You get a week to do that. And I think, personally, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. And you don't have to have it all the time. Because they already do micro holidays. Why not do micro week events? But Nim, we already have week events with the pet battles. Pet battles. I'm asleep with pet battles. Oh, okay. But what about time walking? I have a friend that did literally killed 2,557 bosses to get her infinite time reaver. She has more badges. Unless you hard reset the time walking badges, she will never need to run time walking again. And I know she's the extreme, but most people like time walking, whatever. If I get to it, I get to it. Unless it's at the beginning of the raid tier, in which case, hey, more raid gear, right? What about our PvP bros? You know, we've got our battlegrounds and our arenas. Hey, you do you. I'm not a PvPer. I'm bad at it, and I don't enjoy it enough to improve. So PvPers, PvP, you guys do your stuff. What about the Mythic Dungeon one? Yeah, look, I like the Mythic Dungeon one. I'm a raider when I play. I like to do the Mythic Dungeon. But you know, it's once every 8 weeks, 9 weeks. What if you have concurrent events running? That's the thing. It's like, oh, okay, this week is Time Walking Burning Crusade plus we decided if you run the highest level current content, you'll end up with a 25% chance greater to get sockets. You know, oh, okay. Or you could solve all this and just give us currencies to buy it. You're already doing that now with the Coalescing Visions and the Corrupted Mementos. So I don't know. I like this. I like this. This change right here, along with the account bound essences, says that Blizzard is capable of changing where they're gonna go with the game. And since they're capable of changing, that means not all hope is lost for Shadowlands. And while I don't want to be pessimistic, the best thing about BFA for me has been the Daughter of the Sea. I enjoyed the Daughter of the Sea the most out of anything in World of Warcraft in Battle for Azeroth. And that includes getting AOTC Gahoon. Yeah, and I didn't raid during Battle for Dazlor that much, and I didn't raid during the Crucible Storms, and I'm not really raiding during Nyalotha because I'm like, it's not fun. It's not fun for me. But I like to play casually, so that's something there. Anyways, guys, tell me what you think about this below in the comments. Do you like the experience? Do you think it should be permanent? Maybe? Any other ideas for suggestions? And then, of course, before we end, I do stream on Twitch. That's Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're there doing WoW and other things, so stop on by. The link will be on the screen as I'm talking about this. So until next time, my name was Nim. Keep gaming and enjoy life.